Alrighty, so here we go again. So today we are going to be getting some breakfast burritos together. We're going to freeze them and then we're going to have them available for the family to eat on the run. Because we do live on a farm, ranch, homestead, whatever you want to call it, there isn't always time because I'm the one who typically does the chores in the morning. I get up, I let the chickens out, I feed the chickens, I get the dogs out, I get them fed, I get the cats fed, and I get the horses fed. And so that typically, it's not a lot of time, but usually by that point, if I get up late, my husband's already out the door and school's starting again. And so I just want to make sure that they have something they can just grab and go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some breakfast burritos. We have already made some sausage, breakfast sausage. We've got some grated cheese. We've got some chorizo. And then we've got potatoes and eggs that we've already made. So we're just going to combine this all together. We're going to layer them in the tortillas. And then we are going to freeze them on a tray. You want to freeze them beforehand, before you put them in the bag. That way you don't have anything dripping out of the tortillas. If you've ever made burritos, or enchiladas, it's always falling out. And so this helps it. You freeze it first on a sheet pan, and then you stick them in your baggies and then throw them in the freezer. When you're freezing them, you're going to want to make sure that you leave some space because they can obviously stick together. These are the fresh homemade tortillas that we just made, so they are still a tad warm, not too warm, but we want to make sure that you let those cool if you are using homemade ones, or if you're using ones from the grocery store, that's fine too. The sausage is grocery store, the chorizo is grocery store, the potatoes are grocery store, the cheese is grocery store. The only thing that here that is homemade is the tortillas and the eggs from the chickens. So let's start layering. And my dogs are sitting here because they want some. And they're not getting any. And so depending on how you like your burritos, your breakfast burritos, your chicken burritos, whatever it is you want, just kind of do what you like best. And just go from there. There's no rhyme or reason on it. Do whatever you want, whatever you like, what makes you feel better. And then when you're rolling them, you're going to pull this towards you. You're going to roll. And see, we've already got some fallout here. Stick that back in. See, fallout. And then place that face down in your pan. Super easy, super simple. I've realized that this makes a lot less headaches. My daughter loves these burritos that you buy in the freezer section in the grocery store, as most teens like that lovely food, which is fine. But I would love for her to eat something that's less processed. As less processed as you can get. When my dogs are dancing around, they typically dance around when they know I'm putting stuff together because I do tend to drop things, and they are my vacuum cleaners. We talked about why I called this channel This Old Kitchen. If you hear the creaking floors in the background, you can tell that this is an old kitchen. So this channel, aside from doing like little cooking things, because again, like I said, I am learning this all over again, learning how to cook a different way. It's also going to be showing you how to do things on a budget. Now, we are currently a single income household. And so I try to grocery shop on a budget, still be able to try and, get good food and make good food because things are so expensive nowadays, and still be able to do it on a budget and make sure that my family is fed. And that is also going to be how we're going to be renovating this house. Doing a little at a time, doing it on a budget, doing it as best as possible, and what's a little tortilla? And trying to, not break the bank. We're not millionaires. We're nowhere near that. We've got a lot on our plate, a lot of responsibilities like the rest of America, and trying to find the best way possible to get what you need, to get what you like, because I like things, and do it without putting yourself in the hole. And unfortunately, this country is buying everything on credit, and it just can't keep going like that. It's not smart. It's not the way to go. So I have found Facebook Marketplace. Yes, I'm probably the last one to know about, oh, there goes the dogs, about Facebook Marketplace. I love it. I live by it. Excuse me. I love it. I live by it. And unfortunately, my husband does all the driving to go and find all these lovely little things that I find and that I want to kind of make my life a little easier. I got my KitchenAid mixer off of Facebook Marketplace, and wouldn't want it any other way. All right, so I've got one tortilla left. I'm going to make one chorizo, and then I'll have to make more tortillas. But chorizo is actually my favorite. So this will be my breakfast tortilla for the next time we eat breakfast. And I don't have time to cook. Although chances are my daughter will probably end up liking this. And you just do a slow little roll, tucking everything in. Like I said, you are going to have some fallout. And then we will just stick this one here. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're literally going to stick it in the freezer like this. You're going to wait a couple hours until it's fully solid, frozen solid. You will have difficulty pulling these out because I did stuff them in kind of close. I may end up switching them to that pan. And once they're frozen, you're not going to have any of this fallout that you see here. And you'll be able to stick them in your plastic bags and get those ready for the family for them. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.